Hello. Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Namaste. I'm very good.
Namaste. So, how is the evening? I hope it's a relaxed evening for you tonight.
Well, no, it is not. No, it is not a relaxed evening, and I think yet 2 more hours to go before we close the center and go back home. So another 2 hours to
Yes.
go.
Good. That's good. Lovely. I'm sure that you are getting a lot of patrons of Ayurveda over there who are seeking treatment and consultation at Anamya Wellness.
Uh, Dr. Dharna, one thing which I've seen 22 years when we had started, the shift which has come in has been like 360-degree. Now I do see people wherein their first choice of treatment is Ayurveda, wherein when we had started, it was all about, Ayurveda was all about massages. Now people
Exactly.
do
Exactly.
understand that, like anything, starting from, let's say, a hair fall, which is a basic of everybody, going up to anything as complex as cervical spondylitis. So we have seen that transit happening over the years,
That
which is,
transformation. Yes.
yes,
And
absolutely.
it's a huge I would say I think it's a huge positive point for Ayurveda that it is just not about massages. It's a holistic well-being where mind, body, and spirit is everything is taken care of, and a holistic approach is being given, not only just a hair care or beauty routine, but beyond that. So
And the
I think
beauty is, I think, according to me, this is the only science which takes all the three aspects of human existence, which is mind, body, soul, into treating a patient. It is not that,
absolutely.
every body, as we say, and I explain to people, we say, Aham Brahmasmi, I'm the universe. So in totality, you have to treat the patient. You cannot say, well, it is just one part. No, it is not. We have to treat
It is
everything
not.
together.
Perfect. So that is where ArujAyur has brought this your wellness mantra, because we can get different people like you who are in the wellness industry and who have lived a holistic life, and our audience who are here right now can take nibbles from the your experience and how you have lived healthier, and how you have made healthier choices in your life. So let's start. I will just brief a little bit about, what Ayurveda is. Basically, it's a comprehensive and a timeless science of life. It encompasses a holistic approach to health, focusing not only the physical well-being, what we are talking about, but also the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life. It emphasizes the balance between body, mind, and spirit in order to achieve optimal health and longevity. So Arujai invites people like Ashmaji from various fields of wellness as guest speaker to explore self-care tools and resources to help you better understand and manage your health and reach your wellness mantra. Let's welcome Ms. Ashma Ji, who is founder and MD of Anamya Wellness Private Limited, established 23 years ago. She has been working extensively to spread awareness and benefits of Ayurveda, including organizing various workshops in universities, schools, and corporates. She has been researching and launching medications for various lifestyle disorders. She has been honored with various awards for her contribution in the field of Ayurvedic wellness, including, naming few, Indian Icon 2013, Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award 2015 and 2016, Bharat Gaurav Samman Award 2017, Rajiv Gandhi Global Excellence Award 2017. That's not enough, but there has been 3 books written on her life journey, naming a few, which are Weaving Dreams into Reality, Inspiring Women, Garden of Life, 101 Unconventional Strategies. Thank you, Ashma ji, for being here today. And it's our privilege to have you as a guest speaker at ArujAyur series of Your Wellness Mantra. I welcome you wholeheartedly on this live session today, Ashma ji. Thank you for accepting the invitation to join us.
Dr. Dharna, gratitude to you for inviting me over to such a beautiful platform. And in whatever little way I can contribute towards your journey, I think I am blessed for that.
Same here, ma'am. Thank you so much. So let's start our this interesting session on your wellness mantra, and I hope the audiences here can, find their wellness mantra through this conversation today. And what I would like to hear about you is your chosen entrepreneurial path. What inspired you to follow this journey of Ayurveda?
Uh, Beautiful question. And I always say, though it will sound more and beyond uh, Ayurveda, there is something, as we always say, the spiritual journey. Uh, Dr. Dharna, I was born with a congenital heart problem. I had 4 defects in my heart. And my first 17 years of my life was a life which was very, very subjected to confinement, I would rather say. I don't want to be harsh with the word crippled, because I was only allowed to do small little things. If I was allowed to go to the school, the day I was okay, I would go. The day I was not okay, it was okay not to go. And the school had very clear cut instructions that if she does not feel well, send her back home. So seeing myself on the other side of the table, meeting various doctors from across the country, finding a solution to the condition I had, I think that brought that sensitivity of, when you see a patient, you need to understand not only the physical attribute of his or her condition, but also the mental status, which I think those days I did not get the privilege of. So being in a convent school, Mother Teresa became my epitome of what I wanted to be in my life. And as a child, I would always tell my mom, I said, Ma, when I turn 40, and I don't know why the 40 number was there, I would want to join Mother Teresa. And she would smile, because the doctors had ideally given me 16 to 17 years of life, that is what she's going to be living. And I think destiny or the universe had other plans. This is what triggered my getting into the world where I am today. When I got the first opportunity, it was like a ringing bell that, oh, you always wanted to do what was your dream desire. And it happened while Hindustan Unilever was looking for partners in Gurgaon to focus on the corporate world, and they approached. And trust you me, as soon as they said Ayurveda, medicine, I just said yes. And there my journey started, which has been now a good over 2 decades.
That is so lovely and inspiring to hear from you, your journey, and how you have outgrown the condition you had in your earlier childhood, and how you have made it into your own strength, and went to the, chose the path of Ayurveda to further, I think, give it to the society back. And I know I have worked with you, and it was an immense pleasure for me. And I would say it was, I have never had a boss or a superior with which I will feel so comfortable as I was with you working there in Gurgaon.
I
So,
miss you. I miss you still every single moment. I think we made a beautiful team. Your sincerity, your dedication may always made you somebody very special, and that's the reason I'll continue saying I miss you always.
I miss you too, ma'am. I know it was an amazing journey those years, which I can never miss. And now, given no previous background on Ayurveda, what challenges, did you face to set it up, and how did you pave your way towards a successful Ayurvedic business?
So ideally, when I started, I was still continuing with my previous business. So this had started, yes. Um, I think my first change, which radically changed my way of thinking and my thought process, was I was sitting at the center, and there walked in a complete group from Ananda Sangha. And they were all Europeans and Americans that walked in, and they asked the manager that we want to do Shirodhara and we want to do Abhyangam. And I looked at them in awe because they knew the exact pronunciation, they knew the exact treatment they wanted. So just out of curiosity, I got up and I asked them, I said, why do you want Shirodhara and why do you want Abhyangam? And lo and behold, they explained it to me as to what Shirodhara does and what Abhyangam does. And I think that was the biggest slap across my face, because being an Indian, right, I'm sitting there doing the business, but yet did not know what it was all about. My desire was fulfilled, but my knowledge was not there, right? And that was a 360-degree turnaround. And I stopped going to the office. And that was my journey, which I started that day onwards towards the Ayurveda. And then there was no looking back, because then I started studying under various Ayurveda Vidyas, who were a part of Ayurveda pharmacy and would come month on month for consultations. And it was for me learning every second of my moment from the Vedas. If you look at idly, Ayurveda was a Guru Shishya Parampara. They would teach to their family, their children, their students, and that's how they would learn. So I think I find myself very blessed and privileged. I got to study under various Vedas. So that was my starting of my learning. And then there was no looking back. I got into various courses. I did courses not only on Ayurveda, but even Ayurveda cooking, that I could cover up every aspect of this Ayurveda. And then I think it's step by step, every moment I learned, went on and on and on. I'm still studying, because I feel education never stops. Every single day, every single moment you learn. So I'm still learning.
Absolutely. Learning is a now never-ending process, and I completely agree with you. And one thing, what catched my attention was that what we aspire and our aspiration comes true or is fulfilled, but we don't know what comes along with it. You were aspiring, to get into holistic wellness. You got into it, but you didn't know what will come along with that, that you will have to learn about it. You will have to have a lot of knowledge to truly, justify what you are doing. And I think it's not only about in the field of Ayurveda, but I think a lot of people, they aspire a lot of things. A lot of aspirations are there all around, starting from a small kid you ask, they have aspiration. An adult has an aspiration. An old person has an aspiration. When the aspiration is fulfilled, but we don't know what to do with it. So I think that is a good thing. If you are aspiring, people are aspiring something in their business or in any of that, you should be well prepared, or the things will come along. So I think that's a very good thing that you shared here. You got your aspiration, but then you further worked on it later on.
See, now I only, when I have doctors joining me on board, the various Vedyas, the only thing I tell them is that there are loads and loads of Ayurveda centers. People are treating. All I expect from you is that when you hold the hand of a patient, all I want is the disease to be corrected, a smile on their face, and blessings for you. And that's what we are, the chosen ones. That's what I say. We are the chosen one. Why are we in this, what we are doing? So if we are the chosen one, do the right way, and there is no way you will ever fail in that.
Very true. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I cannot agree to you anymore on this. And coming to our next question, it brings me to another question, is that I'm really interested, in learning about your personal experience with Ayurveda and how it has contributed to your lifestyle.
Okay, so again, a very interesting question. I would love to answer on that. How it has contributed. So the condition I was born with, though I got operated because it had no other treatment than to get operated. And even after surgery, I was told that, oh, well, she will go up to 40, which was 16. Going up to 40 was a long milestone, right? Now, what is that I did different from other people who also go through the similar, because tetralogy of Fallot is a very common condition now. You find a lot of children being born with that. Crossing 40 by almost 2 decades. I think I'm very privileged because I just celebrated my 60 plus birthday. So
Wow, congratulations on that.
thank you. So if that has happened, what is it that I did different from other people, which made me go beyond what was told to me that, you know, she will be healthy until 40, she needs to take precautions. I just imbibed and I adopted the life of an Ayurveda person. What I practice, I actually imbibed and I started living the life of Ayurveda person. So there is something which is called the circadian energy of the universe. So you rise with the sun and you go down with the sun. So the basic concepts of life, the nature, if you start understanding, I think there is no way that you would not live healthy. So three things, three guru mantras, which I give to everybody who comes here and I counsel, and I say, you need to remember three things if you want to be okay. And the first thing being that body knows how to heal. We've forgotten that, okay? If body knows how to heal, provided you give the right conducive atmosphere to it, right? And the right conducive atmosphere comes because of three things. The first being ahar, your diet. Food, if eaten right, is medicine for your body, and food, if taken wrong, is poison for your body, right? So that's the first thing which I changed. Truly, I sync with nature, which means I only and only eat seasonal fruits and vegetables. And that's what, I mean, ironically, people have forgotten what is seasonal fruits and vegetables. People don't even know about it because everything is available around the year. So that's the first guru mantra I give, is the seasonal fruits and vegetables. So ahar is extremely important. Then goes on to the second thing is vyavhar, which is your lifestyle. Again, waking up with the sun and going down with the sun is extremely important. And I see, because of the kind of lifestyle and the professional, which are the professional hazards, is that majorly people sleep nothing before 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and according to them, that's their me time. And if that me time is destroying you, it's not a me time, it's a sacrificial time. And last but the least goes the vichar, which is your stresses of life, for which I always say yoga, pranayam, and meditation. If all these three things, even if you do one of that, you sort it. So that's what is my mantra for crossing the barrier which was put by the surgeons that 40 is good for you. I've crossed that.
Lovely, amazing. And I think I completely agree to it, because Ayurveda is a life science. It is a science of life, but it's a life science which teaches how to live a life. Not only, you know, you have cold, cough, runny nose, asthma, hair fall, skin condition. No, it's beyond that. It's a preventive health care. And, you know, you can increase your longevity by following certain lifestyle routines, by following the circadian rhythm, which is a dinacharya and ratricharya in your life, like going to bed on time, waking up before sunrise at Brahmi Muhurta. And I think that itself will, you know, you will see the changes in health. At the same time, a lot of the disorder get cured just by following waking up with sunrise and going to bed early. And I think what here, as you said, that Ayurveda is not about the massages earlier, what you're mentioning. What my concept here is also, ArujAyur, is the same, that I believe a lot of conditions can be managed and can be averted just by following a diet or ahara according to your prakriti, according to your biotype, according to your genotype. And if you are following that, you don't have to be 100% strict. If you are following that at least 90%, you will see a tremendous change in your overall well-being, overall health, and the energies will be very high. If you see nowadays, people, after eating food, they immediately get into food coma. They will start yawning around, and, you know, the energy will not be there anymore. Again, the same thing, the life cycle, or you can say the dinacharya, ratricharya has not been followed. And I cannot agree with you anymore on that. You are a living example of it, and how you have, turned over the predictions by the medical doctors that, you have to be very careful, or, your lifespan and everything. But you have completely turned it over by just, making a simple change in your life. You are the living example. What more I can say?
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you answered my next question, which I was coming to, but I will still ask if you have some specific changes that you have made to embrace this ancient healing system. And because I see a lot of patients and they find it difficult to make changes in their lifestyle and all, seeing that the fast-paced life they have, and you have a business to run. And, sometimes they work late, so they find it very difficult to wake up in the morning. Sometimes they skip the meal in the daytime, so they cover it up by having more meals in the dinner. So what is it that what specific changes you made that it was easier for you to accept Ayurveda and include it in your life?
Yes, I'll tell you how I go about it. I was, if you ask me, perhaps before I got into Ayurveda, I was one of the social butterflies, had no time frames, would be out in the evening, coming back home late. Um, Once I got into it and I started understanding the science, getting deeper into it. Now, if you ask me, the beauty about Ayurveda teaches you everything. So you start your day. When I get up in the morning, I start my day. The first thing is with oil pulling. And surprisingly, I see now the Western world talking about doing oil pulling. And this is something which is my science. It was taught to us. And I'm very proud to say my science, and I'm possessive about Ayurveda. So yes. So though I would want it to go all over the world, but yes, this was our way of living a healthy life. So you start your life or your day or dinacharya with oil pulling. Now, definitely it is if you see the medical way, it is good for your gums, it is good for your teeth, it is good for your taste buds, all that which will protect your gums and your teeth in the future also. But it is also a natural Botox, and that's how I explain to Indian or the women for that matter, even men for that matter. It's a natural Botox. You get into this habit, and then you don't have the fine lines. So that's one part. Going on to something which is like become very common is the cataract, which is coming at a very, very early age. Now I see in the 40s people are going through cataract surgeries. What do? Wash your eyes with the Trifla water. It is something which I think all in the olden days people would do that. Nasya, which is I think one of the most favorite treatment of mine, putting oil in the nose. Now this is what I had seen my grandparents doing. Putting, I mean, they would not be putting oil, but they would be putting the ghee in the nose, in the ears, they would be putting the mustard oil. All these traditions were there. Unfortunately, they were not explained to us. And the logics were not given to us as children. Like, you are supposed to listen to them and do it. So, since the logics were not given, I think somewhere over the time, we lost touch with that. So, yes, this is something which I definitely do in the morning, starting with. Very, very important is, as I said, going seasonal. Now, when I interact with the patients and I find the condition, various condition, acidity is very, very common. I think every second person is coming with acidity. What is the cause? Now, when I see and I go deep into the diets, these people are very conveniently having in summers things like bell pepper. They're having things like spinach. Buzzwords, superfood. Spinach is a superfood. But do you know the potency of that? That's what I asked. You know the potency. It's a winter vegetable. It's heating in nature. And if at 42 degrees you have something which is heating, it's bound to give you acidity. So you're going against the nature. Nature says have cooling food. Go for the Ghia Tori Tinda. I mean, that's what sinking is. And I started doing that. It's like, just eating the fruits and vegetables which were seasonal. I discarded the entire, the so-called superfood buzzword
Concept.
of the word. So I don't follow that. I follow to the T what Ayurveda professors and says that, follow that. So that's one thing. Um, Going to sleep on time is one of the most essential part, because if you are awake late at night, how would the body repair? How would the body heal? How would the body rejuvenate? And then you get into a chronic fatigue. And then we start talking about lack of focus, vata going up, lack of focus, insomnia, irritation. So these are small things, small alterations if you start doing in your life, sleeping on time, waking up on time, getting up in the morning, doing something like just 10 minutes of pranayam. I think that's good enough for you to, get into a better shape. The concept of going to the gym, well accepted, why not? But I also say, why not to, let's say, a Surya Namaskar that stretches every organ of your body, right? It brings your organ back into shape. They work better. So let's just do that. So this is my mantra, and I always guide people that these small little changes, and they're not tough, they're not difficult. Anybody can do it, provided you want to do it. Insan Zuban ka gulam hai. All right. If I have to translate into English, man is a slave of the tongue or the taste. If you know how to take care of that and rein that, I don't think so you will have medical
Any,
conditions.
absolutely true. And I would say here, what I can understand in a gist is that we have lost the touch with nature. Earlier, people used to know what time to wake up, what time to sleep, what should they eat, eating seasonal. It's rainy, you don't eat certain vegetables. It's summers, you don't eat certain things because it was naturally grown and it was not available also. But nowadays, I would say abundance is the key of all the diseases nowadays because everything is available anywhere. A person is feeling bored, they will pick up the packet of chips and have it.
Yes.
Person is feeling sad, pick up the packet of chocolates and have it. Person is feeling angry, pick up a cold drink and have it. So I think the availability, excess of availability has also contributed to a lot of diseases. And then in this, I think, world of having too much of access to everything, I think it's very difficult for a mankind to understand what is right and wrong. And there is where they have to get connected back to nature. It might look like, oh, nature, you go in jungles and there's no connecting with nature is connecting with yourself. Just sit with yourself for 10-15 minutes. Just give yourself a time, understand where you are going wrong or where you are doing right things. And seasonal fruit definitely is a key, to have a great health. And at the same time, local foods, the vegetables grown locally, because we are having foods grown in South Africa, America, Europe. It is so much available, and our Asian DNA or European DNA is not made to have these foods on the regular basis. So you cannot leave the touch of the food that you have been brought up with. I
So
think
I
that
make
is very
people
important.
understand. Yeah, exactly. So I make people understand your body is not chemically wired to the foods which
Exactly.
were, which are grown outside. If
Absolutely.
you eat, as you said, local food is the best food for your body. So to give you an example, if you go down south, they eat rice. We come up north, we eat wheat. You tell a person from south to go on wheat, he will not be able to do that. So that's the way the nature has.
Has
You need to be connected with,
the
and you do that. I don't think so. You can go wrong on your diet.
Definitely. I think that is what, just be connected to nature, be aware of yourself. Your body will give you the signs and signals, and that's about it.
Your
That's
body
about
is
it.
the best doctor. It's the best doctor, and it starts giving you the knock knocks of what is going to be coming into your life good 10 years in advance. Because you know what, Dr. Dana, very strangely, what I'm finding now is the kind of conditions which I would see in people post 45, right? Now I'm seeing the same conditions coming in youngsters as young as 23, 24, which is
Yeah.
like, which hurts because you don't want to see them. having those serious conditions like constipation or getting into, let's say, acidity, migraines. And somewhere I see these kids, for me, yes, these kids, the consumption of tea and coffee has gone way beyond.
Beyond.
And in fact, these youngsters, they challenge me, says, but my parents used to have it, my grandparents used to have it. Well, that life was very different. It was clean food. There was no pollution. There were no
Absolutely.
hormones in their food. But you're having that kind of food, and then for every break you need in your life, you grab a cup of coffee, and black coffee or a black tea. Well, you're making your body acidic. The more you make your body acidic, you're inviting trouble for yourself. So there has to be a balance to everything, or your boat will turtle and you will drown along with that. Yes.
Absolutely. That is what nature and balance. That is what I can understand from how you have embraced an ancient healing, understanding the balance and creating a balance with nature. That is so inspiring, and I think a lot of people would relate to it and try to be more aware of themselves about the nature and get connected to it. That's all about it. We've had
Absolutely.
some questions also coming in, and we will get to that after our last question. Okay. Understanding your whole journey, it has been so inspiring, and I'm sure clients coming to Anamia are getting inspired just by looking at you. And I'm sure our audience is also getting inspired. But in a gist, if you have to share your wellness mantra with us that can keep us going, what it will be.
Start your day on a note of gratitude always. If you are one of those privileged ones where you get 2 meals a day, you're able to breathe. We take our breath for granted, right? If you're able to breathe, you're getting the food and you're getting a bed to sleep, right? That's the first gratitude. Gratitude towards, that's what I do. Gratitude towards your parents, your ancestors, and the universe. That's extremely important. The day you start having a feeling of gratitude, I think that warmth, that love also heals half your body, half your diseases. So that's one thing. Second thing is, as I said, some physical activity is extremely important. I leave it to people as to what you want. You want to do Pilates, you want to do Zumba, you want to do yoga, you want to do weight training. But some physical activity, at least, if nothing, 4 times a week, please do that. Your body needs that workout. You need to be doing that. Important, as I said, sync with nature. You cannot win nature. You try to fight nature, nature will kill you. And how does it kill you? By giving you various medical conditions. So sync with nature, rise with the sun, go down with the sun, eat seasonal, sleep on time, and last but the least, even when you sleep, depending on whatever you believe in, again, go on a note of gratitude before you go to sleep. Listen to some good music, right? That calms you down. Disconnect from your phone. Um, Absolutely, extremely important. People say, well, that's my me time. So I like to watch Netflix. I like to watch Amazon Prime. Do that, but disconnect by 10:30, 10 maximum, and then go to sleep. Few herbs, which are beautiful herbs, which I take regularly. But yes, one needs to. Don't go because I'm taking it. That's for everybody to understand. It should be taken under the medical supervision of a Vedya or a doctor. Don't take it because I'm talking. But yes, I will definitely take a Brahmi. I will have Ashwagandha. I'll have Shilajit. Depending on what the season is, I do that. Um, this is all coming from nature. And I think, as I said, sync with the nature and you're healthy.
Absolutely, you covered body, mind, and soul with all your, what is your wellness mantra. So for body, exercise, Surya Namaskar, you can do. For mind, you said gratitude, very important before starting the day, before going to bed. Gratitude is very important, and setting that mindset will set up your tone for the next day as a positive, on the positive note. And then the herbs that will come as an as a support system to keep you healthy for the longer term, and the soul, the spirit. Of course, with the gratitude, your spirits will always be high. You will have positivity around you, whether even though you are passing through negative environment. But when you have that kind of I would say motto, you have fixed your mind with that kind of a kind note of gratitude morning and evening, I think that will make the life journey very, very easy for everyone. And that is such a elaborate and such a good wellness mantra. I think if everyone can adapt to it, and the Ayurvedic way of living is nothing less than, giving you an idea of how to lead a life. And that is what Ashma ji has, put a light again on it, how we should be leading our life. Thank you so much, Ashma ji, for such a beautiful session. I cannot stop talking with you right now, because it is like it can keep on going, this interview, and we will get lot of things in this conversation along, and I think all the audience will be benefiting. But because of the time constraints, I will take a question. We have got a question from Wild Berries. She's asking, what about people do not live in the same environmental conditions than when they have grown up with? Do you think their diet also needs to change as their environment changes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are a lot of factors which impact your bodies. Your profession, your stresses, and the place you are moved to. That also matters a lot. I do see my patients who are, let's take for example, from US or Canada, who moved from India and they've been there for generations together. Now, if you ask me, they're not Indians. They were born and brought up there. So the entire thing has changed. So ideally, physically also, they have changed. They would have some element of the Indian genes. That can never go. That can never go. That's the part of them. But then you need to start changing as per them, because the body starts changing as per the atmosphere you've been. But let's say for somebody who's born in India, needs to continue with what is locally available. But if your generations have been in US, then definitely the next generation or the generation which has come after, it's okay for them to imbibe what is locally grown there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would add here a little bit more that let's say if you are in different, because India has different
Yes,
geographical states as well. So if you are in one of the you were born and brought up in one of the geographical state, and you are going to the another geographical state, let's say from winter to summer climate you have been, absolutely your body will adapt to it very well. And to help your body adapt to it, you have to get used to the local grown vegetables, seasonal fruits, or seasonal diet, what people follow there. But at the same time, an element of what you have been brought up with, if you have been brought up at somewhere else, an element of that to include occasionally on, or on
yes,
the even regular basis, it's you can do that, because even your all pancha mahabhutas, your all elements have been built up, grown with certain kind of a food element, and that element we cannot completely take away. So a
absolutely.
little bit of that element you have to keep on adding, but at the same time do follow mostly the diet where you are staying. So I think I have answered, Ashma ji and me have answered Wild Berries inquiry. And if anyone has any questions, we can give you 2 more minutes before we close in. And we will absolutely love to answer your questions. Me and Ashma ji are here to answer any of the queries you all have. We will just give 2 minutes more, Ashma ji, and then, we can, I'm just looking if anyone has any other, we have a lot of people joined us. Neela Art by Nail Stop, many congratulations. Ma'am, you truly deserve all of it. It's for you, Ashma ma'am. And we have a lot of people who have joined. I'm just seeing if we have any questions by anyone, if I have missed it. No, I think we had one question and we have many thanks. Okay, she has got our answer. She is saying many thanks to your response. Really informative session. Thank you so much, Wildberries, for joining us tonight. And I think all of you must be heading towards to enjoy your weekend. It's a Friday evening, and I think we all need that time off. And I think you can. The weekend is the best time to give you this little bit of nibbles of talk, so that you know how to go ahead with your week. So you be very mindful of what you are ingesting, what you are having. And this is our wellness mantra, so we can share more wellness information to our audience. And on this short note, I thank Ashma ji for being here tonight. And ArujAyur will always be there to support all the audiences and all the people in their wellness journey. Thank you, Ashma ji. Thank you so much.
Gratitude from having me over. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashma ji. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.